Hey sister, this is Dr. Karen Osborne. Listen, I'm going to talk to you for 30 seconds before this episode begins about my next Women Wanting More live event. This is 2.5 days of women just like you being pushed physically, mentally, emotionally, getting really clear on what they want, knowing why it matters, and leave with the tools to actually put that into action and being part of a sisterhood. So if this is something that really, really resonates within your heart, sister, I want you to head over to drkarenosborne.com, click on the Work With Me button, and we can start the application process. I look forward to hearing from you. Here's that episode.
Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So from the time that I record this episode, sister, it's been around 2 weeks since I completed my first Women Wanting More live event. 2.5 days, very intense, deep work. So proud of the 6 incredible women that were there. And leading up to the live event, so it was probably a couple days leading up to it, and I was pretty much in daily contact with my coach, Satema, and there were a few things he said to me kind of going in, and he was like, number one, and this is the one that really stuck with me the most. So actually, I'm just going to share number one, was he's like, remember this. He's like, look how far you've come. Look how far you've come. And that really, really struck me because, fuck yes, look how far I've come. So check this out. So a year ago, it is now November 2016 as I record this podcast, okay? A year ago, we still had a chiropractic practice. We're living in St. Albert, Alberta. We wanted to move out of Alberta. We just felt very stuck. We had the practice. And at that point, it was on the market for about 6 months. A couple of people kind of checking it out. It's more like tire kickers, and we're like, Jesus, is this thing going to sell? Like, we know it can take up to a year to sell a practice or more, but like, we're going to sell this fast. And it wasn't happening. And the practice was struggling at that point too, because my heart was not fully there. I mean, I was still present. I was still engaged, but my other foot was kind of out the door. Right? And so there wasn't time investing into growing the practice and all the stuff that's required for any business, right? To keep it going and to maintain it and to have it, keep growing. So we had a practice. I had network marketing business with a company called doTERRA. Loved it. But holy shit, the time that I put into that, for the income that I earned back. I mean, in retrospect, it's always kind of like that. Well, once you get to the next level, and you're going to earn more and earn more. That's very true, but a lot of work. A lot of evenings I was away, giving talks in people's living rooms, meeting with them at Starbucks, doing stuff online, doing webinars. Like, I was just going with doTERRA, like all in, all out. And then I had this podcast called Women Wanting More. And it was about 3 months in at that point. I started to have women reach out to me and say, are you coaching? Can you coach me? Like, I love your message. What else can I do? What can I do with you? I love the podcast, but what's next? What's more, right? What's more? And started to kind of put the pieces together and began to build and figure out how I was going to coach. And about 3 weeks after that, I had my first webinar and launched my coaching program. And 22 women raised their hand and said, please pick me. And I chose 6 and started with my first group of women. Like crazy. We were living in Alberta. Okay, so fast forward now. So this is 12 months. Again, look how far I've come. I could break it down into over the last 6 months, 3 months, month. Like seriously, if you begin to follow, like really follow what I'm teaching you here, take these more tips to heart and like actually do them, And my clients can definitely attest, the ones that have actually done the work and engaged and went all in with their coaching, just like I'm asking to go all in with what I teach here in the podcast, like their life has changed exponentially and fast. Like it's crazy what happens with expansion. What happens when you clear out what you want, why you need to have it, why it's an absolute must, and then commit to doing the work. Commit to doing the work. So 12 months ago, so we were there. Now here, where we are in Victoria, BC, I love where we live. Like I fucking love where we live. There is no snow. We've been told there's a handful of snowfalls, but it's like comes and goes in the same day. Never gets all that cold. It's beautiful. Everything's very lush. Like it's just gorgeous. We're 10-minute drive from the ocean. Beaches all around. Beautiful green. We live in this home. It's almost hard to describe our home. It's gorgeous, modern, 3-story. Very different, unique. Tons of windows. We have mountain views, like lush garden. We literally have deer walking right in our garden, probably 4 or 5 times a week. So we're now living here. I no longer have our chiropractic practice. After that being on the market for a year, we decided like, if it's not sold by this time, we're just gonna shut the doors. And we did at the end of May this year. 2 months prior to that, after going through one of my own personal live event with my coaching program, with Satama, his voice spoke to me just like, it's time to leave doTERRA. I was like, what? No, that doesn't, da, da, da. And I just started to lean into it more, and I was like, yeah, it's time to move on from that. Because I made the decision to be all in with you, sister, all in with coaching, all in with this podcast, all in with this message. I know this is something big, and will continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. What was happening 12 months ago with my kids? I was missing the shit out of them. I was gone 3 evenings a week. I wasn't home till like 6:15, 6:30. And if you're a parent, you know what it's like that last hour before bed. It's not quality time with the kids, right? Because they're tired. And then it's just into like dinner, bedtime, bath time, like all of that stuff. So my kids were missing me, and I was missing them. And seeing a real difference in their behavior versus now, I walk my son Tyson to school every day. Walking back, so often I record the podcast now. I drive my other son to daycare. We actually do that usually 3 mornings a week, because the other 2 Ed does, because then it allows me to go to Bikram yoga early in the morning on Mondays and Fridays. I do what's called power words with my boys. Put some positive messaging into them every single day. My workday finishes around 2:15. I meditate, and then I walk to go pick up Tyson. And I'm with my kids pretty much from there on in. My family, my husband. My husband and I are married. Even though 12 months ago it was still like in a much better place than it was 12 months before that. I've just never felt more connection, passion, attraction for him, deep love. Like we are in this, man. We are in this together. The foundation of our marriage builds more and more and more with every single daily text message of love and appreciation, every single date night, every single time we have a fight and go to war and come to resolution. Look how far you've come. Here's the other piece of this too, sister. We will forget. I talked about this with the women at my live event. We were like, hashtag don't forget. Don't forget how far that you've come. See, we'll tend to celebrate for about 2 seconds, if we at all, of all the wins, all the amazing stuff, all the work we've done. And then we tend to focus the rest of the time on the shit that didn't work, on the mistakes that we made, the things we wish that we didn't say or wish that we did say. We forget. We forget. Celebrate those wins. Sister, look how far that you've come. I don't care where you are in your life right now. There's something for you to look back on and be proud of. Now, does it mean that you're done? Fuck no. This never ends, by the way. It's just the next level and the next and the next and the next. If you choose to live this path, if you choose to have it all, if you choose expansion, if you choose to really step up and into the life that you want to create and want to live, it never stops. That's a cool thing. It's not like you're done. Done is done. That's fucking boring. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? Look how far you've come. But yes, if there's more that you want within your life, if you're like me, it's like, I'm gonna look how far I've come and be proud of that, just as Satema had encouraged and inspired me to do, and say, fuck, you are so right. Look how far I've come. Holy shit. I am more than fucking ready to lead this woman, and I fucking did. Delivered. Owned it. Signed, sealed, delivered. Powerfully. But yet, I am going to then say, well, what is next? What is the next level? Look how far I've come. Allows me to look bigger. Allows me to dream bigger. Allows me to stand up more powerfully. Because I know, look how far I've come. I've done that. I can do this. I've gone through these challenges and been in that shit. I can go through the next round. Fucking bring it. I got this. Which is the other thing that Satana has said to me. Hashtag, I got this. So sister, here's what I want you to do as your more tip for today. I want you to look back over the last year. Now, it is possible the last year has been very difficult for you. With whatever stuff has come up in your life, with your marriage, with health, with business, with purpose, with kids, life. And it might be very hard for you to see right now. I get it. I've been there. I hear you, sister. I do. But I want you to look for the pieces of, look how far I've come. I want you to look back and celebrate and see the power that you have. So even if you do not feel powerful right now, you know that you've had that at a point in your life, and you can fucking get it again. And you can create it again, and you can make it better and better and better. This life is such a gift. Oh my God. So look how far you've come. Stop beating yourself up over the 1% that didn't work. Or the 58% that didn't work. Who cares? 99%. Look how far you've come. You can get more. You can do better. You can create your life. But you simply have to celebrate those wins. So for the last 12 months, I want you to take a look. I want you to list 3 things that when you look back, you go, wow, look how far I've come. And write about those 3 things. What area of your life is it? And what is exactly that when you look back that you go, man, look how far I've come. Look how far I've gone. And the life that I want to now live, the person I want to become, the woman I want to show up more powerfully as, hashtag I got this. I got this. You got this, sister. So if you don't already subscribe to the Women Who Want to More newsletter, you need to go do that right now. Head over to drkarenosborn.com, drkarenosborn.com. There's a few different places. You'll actually see pop-ups. You put in your email and your name. Put that in, and I'm going to connect with you daily, sister. All 3 of these episodes 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Daily videos, blog posts, inspiration, and you get VIP access to everything Women Want to More. All the latest master classes. Just had a brand new one yesterday. My next live event, how to apply for coaching. My book that's coming out. So make sure to head over to drkarenosborn.com, enter your name and email, and become part of the Women Want to More sisterhood and tribe today. So I will talk to you in the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, Subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.